Welcome back to another video, guys. What is going on? Winter's coming. It is coming very soon, and unfortunately I have to put a pause on the STI. The car is going to sit as is. It's not perfect in my opinion. There is still more work that needs to be done, but for right now I don't really have the time to really go through and just do everything I want to do. I'm gonna have to save some stuff for next year, maybe do some stuff over the winter. So what I got to do right now is finish up that door. That door, if you don't know, it's for my 2006 Impreza. And my lovely neighbor backed up into it after I fully painted the car, wide body it, molded it, everything. Got Laguna Seca blue as the custom color. He backed up into it, and I think it was on the road for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So we didn't go through insurance, so that's why I'm fixing it. If we were going through insurance, the car probably would have been a write-off, just because again it is an Impreza, it's a 2006, you know. But we got to get this thing started, and I've been dreading this. I don't mind a little bit of body work here and there, but I hate coming to it. It's just, no one likes it. It sucks. It's a lot of prep work. Painting, it's not too bad. It's still intimidating for me. I did it once, and you know, I messed up the primer and stuff. So again, I'm not perfect. I'm not a pro. I'm just kind of going with the flow and seeing what happens. Now, we need to get this thing done. Door, which is going to be the biggest thing. We have a front bumper. I messed up the bumper. I went around a corner and had a little bit of fun, and I hit a snowbank. Besides that, a little bit of plastic welding, a little bit of, you know, sanding, body filler, shouldn't be too bad. Maybe a little bit of fiberglass, but we can get that back up and together, shouldn't be a problem. We also have the driver's side fender that needs a little bit of touch up at the bottom, and a full sand, of course, just because I'm going to respray the whole thing. And we got a side skirt because I lost my side skirt in the snow. It got ripped off because I fishtailed. So yeah, lots to do. This isn't really going to be a detailed video. I'm just kind of going to do my thing and try to bust this out and get it done as quickly as possible. It's pretty straightforward, just step by step you go through. And yeah, you know, if you guys really want a detailed video in the future, I could obviously like go through it and really show you guys how I mold my body panels and how I do my body work. And you know, I'm not going to say it's the perfect way to do it or it's the best way, but it's a cheap way and it works for me. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm not sure why, but my camera decided to stop recording while I was doing it, but I think I got something of myself applying this. As I was doing it, I realized I put way too much seam sealer, so I did scrape off a good amount of it. And this is whatever, it's good enough for me. So it's something you're not really going to see. It's not a show car, it's a winter beater. To be honest, it's funny that I'm doing all this for a winter beater, but it is what it is. We're going to let this dry overnight. So I'm probably going to flip the door around and continue on the top until I decide to call it a night. So I actually went ahead and I quickly gave the door a full sand, more or less. All these little spots that are showing are little bits of rust that I've noticed when sanding. You don't realize how many little bits there is of rust until I guess you knock it down and you can see a little speck. And when you get in there, it gets bigger, and next thing you know, you got all these little spots. So we're going to have to throw a little bit of body filler on all these just to kind of make sure everything is nice and smooth. There's a couple here, but I'm not too worried about those, but we'll do it anyways. It felt so wrong sanding that white pearl. That white pearl is such a beautiful color. Like the last little bit of it's right here, and you can't even see how nice it is because it's full of overspray. Felt so wrong, but we're gonna call that day 1. All right, guys, it's day 2, and we are gonna go ahead and try to get as much done as we can on the door within a couple of hours. We could probably do quite a bit of damage. So the main goal today, I did have to get one of those stripped out nuts that like to give out over time when you pull off the door handles. So I took that off, take off that trim up there, get the door completely sanded, get it flat, fill in these holes, get this fiberglassed and bondo glassed, and then body fillered even down here, and get everything back to one shape, color, and shade. So basically my camera stopped recording. I was out of memory. So I went ahead, fiberglass this. It's still a little wet, so I'm probably gonna leave this for the night, come back at this later. I quickly scuff this up. There's a little bit of sanding I gotta do here just to kind of get it smooth. Any bit of rust spots, I ground it down like this, put a layer of body filler. I put a little bit too much that I wanted. It was a mistake. It was drying quick and I was just slapping it on, so. But yeah, that's all done. Just gotta flatten everything out. We should be done soon, very soon. It's really not too difficult to do. It's just a little time consuming, you know, going back and forth and waiting for stuff to dry. That's really the longest part. And there we go, guys. This is the door ready for paint. Sure, it's probably not the most perfect and straight door in the world, but for my winter beater, it will do just fine. Yeah, I just, when I'm about done, I like to take some 220 and just give the whole thing a hand sand just to make sure if any nooks and crannies didn't get hit with the DA, then it's all smooth. Just by running my hand over it, it all kind of feels the same. Obviously, when we're ready for painting, we'll clean this all down, make sure it's free of dust. All in here is good to go. This also came in. So this is paper from last time, but we got another paint gun. It's the exact same gun that I used before. I think we used like a 0.4 needle or something like that. I don't remember what sizes come with it, but I'll go over it when we go for paint. I got a ton of plastic sheeting and I got some more tape. So we should be good to go for painting. It's really just when we're ready. And when we're ready, we'll take this all out and set it all up. That's it, guys. That's the door painted, or that's the door sanded. Everything should be bodyworked, ready to go. We're obviously going to do epoxy primer, and then once that's we're going to do a wet coat of epoxy primer on all the parts, and then we're going to do the single stage Laguna Seca Blue again from the BMW M3. Yeah, honestly, just looking at it, it looks okay. I don't think we're going to have really any issues, and hopefully this second time painting, it comes out a lot better. Hopefully we get less orange peel. I hope. I'm gonna go ahead and call this a video. This has been a lot of recording, actually. I did not expect the recording, and I did not expect to record this much, to be honest. And it's a lot of time lapse, and I'm sure it's gonna really add up, and I'm gonna have to cut some out. But I just kind of wanted to do just time lapse to kind of give you guys an idea of how long it does take to get stuff like this done. It's not something you can do overnight. And you know what? And I've been doing bodywork now for a couple of years now, and honestly, I'm not an expert. I do it on the side, and I would like to think I got decent at it and I got better at it, but you know, it's always something new when I'm doing it. There's always something to learn when doing it, so that is cool and all. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and take it easy.